Hello, dear colleagues. Today we are going to play Going on a Bear Hunt. This is a lovely, rhythmic, repetitive story about a family going on an adventure in search of a bear. Along the way, they encounter some other animals such as a grumpy badger, a curious fox, and a family of very noisy frogs. This book lends itself really well to sensory exploration because of all the interesting textures and sounds that can be found in nature. So today we're going to use our feet, our hands, and our ears on a journey of our own. So first of all, we need to go on a bear hunt. We're gonna put on our walking shoes. Okay, so our first stop is out into the wide open farm. The text says the farmer went out into the farmyard, stomped his feet and shouted, "Beware, beware." So we're going to stomp our feet like the farmer and shout, "Beware, beware," as we walk over this surface. It feels nice and squishy and springy. Like what? Like a trampoline. Now let's look at the next page. You can see that we've moved from the farmyard onto a grassy field. The text says he went over the fields, jumped over the streams, scrambled through the brambles, and followed the winding road. There's lots of movement in this story, isn't there? We're going to move on to our next station now. And if you were outside, it would feel like walking barefoot on a nice soft grassy field. Can you feel the grass tickling your ankles? Do you remember what the farmer did here? He then went over the fields and jumped over the streams. Well done! Have you noticed how our socks are getting wet? Yes, they are. They're getting soaked. Oh, my feet. It's getting colder. Let's go and warm them up. That's a good idea. Come on then. Let's go. We've arrived at the next station, which represents the bramble patch. This is made of some twigs and branches. And if you were outside, it would feel like walking on a thorny bramble bush. What else do we hear in this part of the story? There's also lots of birds tweeting in the trees. Tweet, tweet. And maybe a little frog croaking in the distance. Croak. Can you hear that? Now we're going to follow the winding road. And then we're going to slide down the slope. There's a little babbling brook. We heard that in the story. Can you hear it? Listen closely. What else can you hear? Rustling in the trees. That's right. The leaves are rustling. And just beyond the trees, we can hear a little bird singing. It's starting to get darker, and the text says it was dark and scary in the wood. There were twisted trees and tangled roots. So I've made this bit a bit darker, and I've also put down some tree roots. These are real tree roots that I found outside. Look at these. They're all twisted and turny just like in the story. Ooh, and listen to this. The author wrote about creepy crawlies in the wood. So I've got a little bit of cellophane here, and I'm going to pretend that it's a spider web. And you know what? We're going to crawl through the spider web. Are you scared of spiders? Me neither. What do you say to a grumpy badger? Hello. Thank you. Grumpy badger. Grumpy badger. Grumpy badger. Wow, he doesn't seem very friendly. But we have to keep going because remember, we're on a bear hunt. So let's move on. Here we go. We've come to the next station. So this part is pitch black. And if you were outside, it would be like walking into a dark, scary forest. We're going to try not to stumble on any of the tree roots. No, it's just our friend the badger. Grumpy badger. Grumpy badger. Grumpy badger. Grumpy badger. Wow, he's still grumpy. What a fantastic adventure. Well done. You've earned it. Well done. So for this station, I've made the surface nice and squishy like the grassy field. Then we're going to jump like a frog as we cross the stream. And afterwards, we can warm up our feet on the mat. And we're going to walk carefully so we don't prick ourselves. Then we're going to crawl through the spider web. For this station, we're going to roll down the hill and slide down the slope just like in the story. Then we are going to walk through the trees and listen out for the rustling leaves and the birds. In the final section, we are going to pretend that it is dark and scary, and we are going to watch out for the tree roots. I hope you enjoyed playing Going on a Bear Hunt with your class or your child. If you have any ideas of how to play this game another way, please share it in the comments below.